Welcome back, my horde, to another podcast. We're going to have a little Murray kitten here. I'm not sure how much she's going to pick up. But yeah, Koshka's in my arms, and she's like occasionally murring. She's in heat. And because of the pandemic, we couldn't get her fixed, so.
Yay.
So we're just going to have to deal with that. The same with Nico. We were actually going to get Nico fixed this year. She actually has a lump on her one nipple. We're pretty sure, or I'm pretty sure, because she's a 11-year-old cat who's never had kittens, and she's actually getting too much estrogen because she's unfixed. But it was just because we couldn't afford getting them fixed.
Yeah, she's 12 now, though.
Yeah, she's 12 now.
She had her birthday recently.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that they'll. She has an appointment for next week.
Yeah.
And yeah. Actually, it'll probably be next week in a day. I think it's actually what it is. Or next week in 2 days.
The 18th.
Yeah.
It's a Tuesday.
Yeah. And yeah, so of recording this, I guess. So as of you guys listening to this, yeah. So you'll get an update not next week, but the week after that. But I'm hoping that they remove it, and then they just get her fixed, because that's what I'm going to be asking them to do. And then when the pandemic is a little bit less hectic, we'll throw Koshka into the getting fixed scenario.
She just looks very comfortable. And I'm kind of jealous.
Because she's in my arms?
And
Or because she's just comfortable? No, Tammy's just like, I wish I was a cat so I could just lay there and be comfortable. You always have to, readjust to be comfortable. Anyway. Yeah, so that's that. If you don't keep up on all the RimWorld series, and you only come here for the podcast, which I actually know that at least one person has done that, where they don't watch any of my content, they just watch the podcasts. I'm not even sure if they still do, but they used to. But, yeah, we're putting one of them on hold, because my computer cannot run the amount of people that are on the screen anymore, and because of that, it's going at ×2 speed now instead of ×3.
Yeah, there's 86 pawns or something like that on there.
Yeah.
So, never too many.
Yeah, so I just have to get a new computer. Basically, that's what that is, which is on the agenda. Yeah, it is a future plan. It's supposed to be February where it starts happening, because we're saving up money now. Not a lot, but we're saving up money now. So with the cats now, it's going to be slowing down and stuff like that. But we're doing that, and then in February we should get a tax return. So that should be a decent amount of money.
Yeah.
We usually get some. So with those two connected, we are going to invest in a new computer for me, and we'll go from there. I have to do a little bit of looking around and stuff like that first. I'm going to go to Best Buy. I think it's the only place in town that, I guess there's a couple places in town that sell computers, but Best Buy is one of the only ones that sell I don't know. Anyway, I think there's a lot of places, I think it's the only brand name, or not brand name, a big name that actually sells computers. And I'm going to look at some of the pre-built ones there, and then try to figure out the power ratio to them. And then I'm going to go to a place that a friend suggests, which is one that builds a computer for you, and see what they, how much they're going to be difference.
Yeah.
Because the way he was making it sound, and the way that a couple people have made it sound, which I think they're right, is the fact that I can go to a place that will build me a computer, and they'll build me a computer for cheaper than going to Best Buy and buying one. The only problem is that they're going to take longer to get me this stuff for the computer.
Yeah, so pretty much you're going to be getting more power for your dollar because you're not buying a prefab. You're buying something more custom made. So
yeah, and then if that happens, then we can actually like put that up in my next to my other computer and stuff like that. I'll have to figure out exactly where I'm going to put it because I don't have a lot of space on my desk right now. But I think I can shift everything over to the left or put it right there. I'm pointing to the middle of like nowhere for you guys, but Tammy's like staring at it. What do you think, Tams?
I don't know. We'll have to figure it out because there'll be also another monitor that comes with it. So.
Yeah, I want to get myself another monitor, and then the other monitor I want to put right here.
Yeah.
Between my other two monitors, because I'm going to turn it on its side, so it's up and down, and then I can have it there for chat. So that one and this guy will be for that. So yeah. Oh, I got gunk in my eye. I'm trying to get rid of. Oh, get out of my eye. Oh. Anyway, so yeah, there's that.
Yeah, I haven't had a whole lot of things change or anything or any updates.
I was thinking about that. I was looking up the lead singer of Seether.
Okay.
It's just he came into my head, and then like Evanescence's song came to my head about him.
Okay.
And I kind of just like was rotating that in my head a bit. I'm like, So I looked him up, just wondering about him. He's actually married. He got married recently.
Yeah.
So.
Good on him.
So yeah, he lives in like Tennessee. But I was reading like a bunch of the stuff about him, like, he did this at this age, kind of idea. I'm thinking to myself, I don't think that's really going to be one of the huge things for me. It's like, you have, like, if I were ever to become, let's go, famous of any kind, I don't see myself having, like, those weird things in my life. Like, highlights, I guess. Like, we've lived a really, really simple life.
Yeah, I mean, simple, but, progressive.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to argue that, we're married. I know, she wanted to...
I know, it was the fact that she was, like, burying her head in your armpit.
Yeah. No, she wanted to, play with the unscented wipes, I think, or touch them, or smell them, or something, because I moved them.
Mm.
Then she started doing this, like, see? Like, she starts, like, leaning forward to, like, deal with them.
Yeah, but you're moving back and forth, so she's like, ah!
Yeah, and then she just gets uncomfortable and then, like, trying to reposition herself, and I'm like, whatever. Anyway. No, a friend of mine was trying to, like, encourage me, and, like, he's, like, going on about the fact that, like, yeah, man, you could, like, be a huge, I'm like, dude, I don't think I'll be huge. I'll be lucky if I get, like, a couple thousand. Like, I like the support, but I really don't think I'm going to be a huge streamer or huge YouTube creator. I just don't think I have the X factor and personality for it. Like, I can see me having, like, some people.
Yeah.
But I don't see myself huge. Just because, like I said, I don't have some kind of weird special X factor, and I don't have some kind of you know, thing, and I could, like, a while back when I was playing Phasmophobia in like October, November area, I had somebody be like, "Oh yeah, man, I like the fact that, you're playing game. It's pretty cool, but maybe you should like act more scared." I'm like, I will never do that because it feels like there's a difference between acting, which is like, I'm huge into acting. Like, I actually like role playing. I actually wanted to be an actor when I was younger. Get down, Koshko. Oh, now you're in trouble. Oh, now you gotta be cuddled by Tammy. Haha, sucker. Anyway, I used to want to be an actor. I wanted to do all that stuff. And, like, I can act. I can act scared. I can act like, something's bothering me. I can do all that stuff. But the problem is the fact that when I'm making YouTube videos or I'm making, like, streams or whatever like that, I feel like, because you don't know I'm acting. Like, the people that are watching don't know I'm acting. I feel like I'm lying more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I do have stuff planned for the future of the channel where we do act. Like, I want to have, I want to jump onto, like, the bandwagon of playing, like, games like, great example is GTA. There's a role-playing servers for GTA online. I don't know if you knew about that, Tams, but
no.
there is. In which, what it is you actually have a lot more freedom. Like, it's GTA online, right?
Yeah.
Except what you do is, when you're playing it, you can actually have, like, a lot more emotes that you can use. Or stuff like that. Or you can, like, get into access to certain places of the world that you couldn't get access to before. So, like, for example, like, I've seen some people who are, like, like, cops roll up and you're pretending to be a cop. You're like, you're gonna come with us. You get to the back seat. They bring you to, like, the police station. They lock you in a cell kind of deal. They talk to you.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Nico. Now you're coming up to being loud? Okay. Can we not be? Thanks. But anyway. No, Nico. I know you're answering her. Oh, come on, you two. But anyway. So, if we did stuff like that, role-playing and pretending to be cops or whatever, that's part of the game, the style of the game, so we could do that. Or there's, things that we're talking about maybe doing, like, Dead by Daylight or Friday the 13th, where we may do, like, little jokey joke role plays there, where it's like,
yeah,
we're pretending to be those characters. So, like, there's always those kind of role plays that I'm totally down and fine with. But then there's, the concept of pretending to be scared in Phasmophobia feels dirty to me because I'm not pretending to be a character who's pretending to be scared. Yeah. I'm pretending to be me scared. And yeah,
it's just quite the same.
Yeah. It's like I can't do that. It feels disheartening, like, and like that's why, like, I probably won't get super famous with certain things because the fact that I don't play any game in which I need, like, huge skill for. Like, I'm not going to be playing, like, Call of Duty or something like that and, like, get, like, freaking platinum or, a chicken dinner and PUBG or shit like that. I'm not going to be doing games like that because I'm just not that good. I'm not going to be, speedrunning games. I'm not that good. So, like, all those, like, niches that are out there.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to do. Like I can't play, like, you know, Rimworld on super difficult to beat the game.
Yeah.
Because...
Vanilla. Cause,
yeah. Because the problem with that, with me at least, is the fact that as I'm playing, one thing will just go weird. Like, Memories of Mars is a great example of that. The fact that the laser killed me. I had not been touching the laser, but it thought I was touching the laser, and it killed me. That is a great example of why I don't play those games like that. Because RNG
random
just screws me. So, because of that, I do not think I could actually play those games. So, yeah. I don't know. There's that. But like I said, maybe we can get something going when it's, you know, a group of us actually trying to progress in something as well.
Yeah.
Like, when we play with, when, like, I play with Chris, or when we play with Chris and Jay, or when I play with Chris and Jay, I think the major problem is the fact that, like, Jay just doesn't do anything. Like, he doesn't stream anymore. So he's got no desire to do that.
Yeah.
Which is fine, and he's more trying to help, which is what you have fallen into. You don't stream as much, you try helping.
I just find that I don't, like, my point of view, especially, like, streaming Memories of Mars, you're just gonna see how I shoot, really, and where I travel.
Yeah, but that's exactly what we're doing with me.
Yeah, but at least you kind of go to different places. I'm literally going to the same places. You're at least traveling between the areas, and you run into people and stuff. Like last night, you ran into...
Oh, it's just because I'm freaking fast.
People.
I'm fast now. Fast as fuck, boy! But no, it is literally, like, I watched one of the streams when we were talking. Which is fine, like, you know, we're all talking together. But I watched one of the streams a little bit when I was editing it, and I'm just running. Throughout the entire, like, most of the stream, I run from one point of the world to the other point of the world and back again. I'm like, oh man, it's a good thing I'm talking while I'm doing this. But I think that's where a lot of the problem for Chris is, and a lot of the problem for Jay is. And a lot of the problem for you is talking. I can talk. I can put myself into a room, and I've done it a couple times on stream where I have no topic. I'm just literally talking to myself for 6 hours.
That's my problem, is I can't do that.
And I think that's one of the major things I have going for me, is that I can talk to myself for 6 hours. Now, if we start doing stuff with Bryant, which is the friend that's possibly... Those two. We'll get to that in a second. No, you guys want to talk about it now? Okay. These two are freaking irritating sometimes. They will not say a goddamn thing. They will not chirp. They will not meow. They will not make a noise for hours and hours and hours. I start recording, and you really need to stop though. Yeah. I start recording anything recently, and they immediately start meowing. And I'm thinking to myself, maybe it's like I'm just not talking enough. But no, like, I'll be talking to Tammy, like we were talking before this about what we were doing and stuff like that. Not a noise. Not a noise. But then, we start recording, and Bam, here it is.
Yeah, they don't even like. It's not for like real any particular reason because, yeah, literally they left, and then eventually they're gonna come back, like that.
Yeah.
And then she's gonna turn around and leave again, or they're gonna go and lay down somewhere, and it's like,
yeah,
just shush your face.
Or they'll like jump onto the desk. They only jump on the desk when we're like I'm streaming.
Yeah, they did that. Both of them did that at least a half a dozen times.
Did the one day, yeah. But yeah, it's just a little irritating. Because it's like I said, only when we start streaming. And I hate it because the concept, it's like, I'm trying to be at least semi-professional when doing this.
Yeah.
And I can't stop them from meowing.
And you can't have the door closed because that just drives them bonkers.
They're worse when the door's closed.
And then Pumpkin gets upset. Because he's like, I just want to hang out.
Yeah.
And so then he gets vocal even. So then it's like all three of them going.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing.
Yeah, sadly. But no, when my one friend Bryant actually starts doing stuff with us, hopefully it will be a little bit different because he's a lot more talkative. He's a lot more energized, and he's a lot more like I don't know the word I'm trying to find there.
He's a good soundboard for you.
Yeah.
You guys can go back and forth for literally hours.
Yeah. So with that, me and him should be good at doing a lot of this stuff. It'll be interesting because we may actually have it where they no one talks except for me and him for hours. We'll see how that works out. Because I know that like one of the times like I've gotten upset with Chris and Jay because I will ask questions to them that they still won't answer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're not even answering my question. Well, I didn't think that I need to answer your question. It's like, I asked if everyone had any information about a ghost in one of the videos. Like, does everyone have any information about ghosts? Anyone? Anyone? Yeah. And then finally, like, you know, people are piping. I think, like, Chris pipes up, whatever. I'm like, okay, Jay, like, you're not talking. He's like, well, I didn't have anything to input.
Then say you don't have anything
to
input.
And it's like, oh, come on, guys.
See, that's one thing that I know that I usually try to do is if you ask and I don't have anything to contribute to it, I'll say I don't have anything.
Yeah.
Because that is one thing that drives me bonkers at work because we have like a little instant communication thing, and sometimes me or my coworker will ask a question, and then we get no response.
Yeah.
And the only reason why I get a response is because if I don't hear from somebody within 3 to 5 minutes, I message someone directly and I'm like, hey. And then I get results.
Yeah.
But that's because I have to do the extra harassing.
No, it's like I know in group chats, like on Facebook, there's been times where I've been like talking where I'm like, okay, if I don't respond to you saying certain things, then take it as animal air. Oh crap. Take it as if we're still good. Like, what was happening for a while there was like, I'd be playing games or whatever, and, you know, Chris was like, I'm coming over tonight. Are we still good with that? I'm like, yeah, man. Like, it's like early in the day. I'm like, yeah, man. You know, when you're ready to come over, just message me that you're coming over so I know that you're on your way. Because I don't like when I'm, like, in the middle of a game, like, and then he's like, knock, 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 knock. Because I can't, like, certain games I can't pause.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, I have to wait for, you know, this round to be over or whatever. And then because I'm not answering the door right away, he knocks again. But it's like 12 at night and Tammy's asleep.
Yeah, because if I was awake, then I'd go get the door.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, that's where the whole process is. If I know he's coming, I'll make sure I'm not in the middle of a level that I can't stop. Anyway, and there's been like times where it's like, I'm like, he's like, hey man, I'm going to be heading over. And I'm like, I don't answer him. I look at the message because I usually on Facebook, so it identifies that I've looked at the message, and I just leave it. And then he's like, like 15 minutes later, he's like, is that okay? Question mark. I'm like, dude, you said you were coming over. We've already agreed that you're coming over today. Just come over. Like, you've done the thing. You've messaged me saying I'm on my way over. Then just come over. Like, you don't have to wait for me to respond. And he's like, okay, well, like, why? I'm like, well, like, as long as I actually, like, see the message. Basically, Facebook gives a way that you can actually, like, that the message has been sent to my phone. Even if I don't look at the message. If the message has been sent to my phone, and we're all in agreement that you're coming over today, come over.
Yeah. That's why, similar thing to when I'm at work, if they're like, hey, blah, 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 they ask a question, and instead of, if it's something that I have acknowledged, I'll just react, like, do a reaction thumbs up or something. And if it's something that I haven't done or haven't, like, if it's something that I have to do but I haven't done yet, I'd be like, I haven't done it yet, it's on my docket. Because then they know.
Well, like, with that, it's the concept that, like, I don't know, it's a pet peeve of mine. I hate saying something to someone, putting down my phone, and getting a message back from the person, having to pick up my phone again to look at the words K.
Hence why I know. It'll still tell you.
It's still a thumbs up, and that bugs me. But it's the concept that with you, it's, you're on a computer typing to people, and it's a bunch of communication and like stuff like that. It's not like legitimately like, I'm putting down my phone to pick up my controller again to play a video game, and as I'm playing the video game, I get another message, and I put down my controller again, go to pick up my phone, and realize you just said K. You don't have to acknowledge that, this, like, so there's certain things you just don't have to acknowledge, like, in my personal opinion. And then there's other things that, like, while you're chatting as a group, saying I got nothing is a lot different than having to pick up your phone again. Like, if it was like when we're communicating we had to type, I can understand not doing anything then, because it's like, okay, well, I don't really want to type the words nope or something. I don't know. The last thing I was going to bring up is the fact that I'm going to call this episode UnBEARable for 2 reasons. Yes, Nico, we can hang out. The first is Tammy was talking to our one friend, and Tammy's been buying a bunch of shirts, which we've talked about, from T-Turtle. And we were talking to our friend about the T-Turtle shirts. And while we were talking to her, Tammy sent her a bunch of pictures of all the shirts. And she's like, oh, those are really cute and stuff like that. And she wanted to look up T-Turtle and try to find some shirts for herself. And then because she left it in Discord, in our server of Discord, we got a message from one of our other friends. And he's like, those shirts are unbearable. Unbearably adorable. So, because they're all bears. They're all panda bears. Except for the one, which is a
brown bear with a cup of coffee that says, barely awake.
Yeah. But then, because we're recording this on Mother's Day, Tammy's mother has a Mother's Day tradition, which she goes and bow hunts for a freaking bear.
She does obviously bring other people.
Yes.
It's mostly for her.
I'm pretty sure she's the one bow hunting. She's the only one really hunting. But I think your dad's with her.
With a gun.
Yes. Just in case, because 1 year, like freaking 5 or 6 years ago?
A long time ago,
yeah. The bear actually tried sneaking up on one of them.
Yup.
It was really hungry and tried sneaking up on one of them. but she tries going bear hunting every year for Mother's Day. It's her Mother's Day tradition.
Yep. My one cousin there said that she was bringing the kids and the husband out fishing because she wanted to go fishing. I'm like, wow, my family.
Yep. And then there's me and Tammy who were just basically, sitting at home.
With our fur babies.
Don't even realize, barely realizing it's Mother's Day, except for the fact that people actually want to contact us.
Yeah.
Like, Tammy's mom, it's one of the reasons I brought it up, the bear hunting, is because Tammy's mom's Tammy brought up, on, Thursday or Friday, that she had to do a, FaceTime with her mother, because the fact that her mother wanted to, on Sunday. I'm like, why on Sunday? Like, what the hell? Like, what the hell does your mom want on Sunday for? Tammy's like, it's Mother's Day. I'm like, oh my god, it's Mother's Day. So then, when we were getting some stuff set up, I'm like, so, when's your mom going to do that? She's like, I don't know. She's bear hunting right now, so I don't have a clue. I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, see, she messaged me this morning at, just before 8 o'clock, so I was, dead to the world. But yeah. No, you also have issues with statutory holidays.
Yeah, well.
I mean...
When I live in my little bubble, I sometimes forget it's fucking May.
Which you've done at least 3 times already.
Yep.
We're already past a weekend.
Yep. It's not even like I'm thinking, oh man, it's still April. No, yesterday, I thought it was fucking March. No joke. Literally, we were, getting some stuff together. We were at Costco, and they were seeing about switching our card to a higher level card. And I'm like, yeah, sure, fuck it, why not? So we switched to the higher level card, and he's talking about the fact that, when he first was going to do it, he was like, oh yeah, you guys have only been a member for 6 months. And he was walking away, and Tim's like, no, it's almost been a year now. And she said that to me. I'm like, whatever. And then when we get to the car, I'm like, yeah, Tim says it's been 8-9 months. It wasn't, he's off, but he's not too far off. She's like, it expires next month. I'm like, huh? She's like, it expires in June. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, it's 3 months away. She's like, it's May. I'm like, oh yeah, it's May.
See, it's a good thing that one of us works that has a calendar that has to constantly look at this stupid thing.
And I know it was May. My brain just sometimes forgets because of the concept that I don't do anything. I knew it was May because of May the Force be with you and all that stuff that was going on.
This is the May.
Yeah. It just, I don't know. I don't know, it's just... He does this. Pumpkin will want to go into my armchair so he doesn't have to climb down fully. Then he'll just climb off of me. It's really annoying me.
But this makes it so that you've had all 3 cats in your lap throughout this podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. No, seriously, if I'm facing this way, he'll actually try touching the back of my chair.
Yep.
To actually try climbing over my chair, to climb on me, to then climb down me, to get to the ground. Instead of going from the tiny freaking hip-sized bookshelf, he'd rather climb up another 5 inches, crawl down another 3 or 4 feet just to get to the ground. I don't get it. I don't get it.
He's an 8.5-month old floof noodle. What do you want from him?
Okay, well, we're gonna end this podcast here. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed. And yeah, hopefully the future of this channel becomes crazy. So, see you guys then.